Today I'm going to be sharing a very short and easy tutorial on how to do the basics of Google Earth Studio if you are an approved member, which is pretty easy if you are part of a college or some other group like that. Here we are at our home screen page, moving right along. And if you're anything like me, this page is very confusing. I wasn't really sure what to do at first. I was trying to import certain things and drag and drop. All the tools that I would normally use for a program just weren't working. So after doing a little research, this is how you officially start your projects. Let's select a place on the map, and I've learned through looking up a lot of areas that unfortunately a lot of places aren't actually in 3D rendering. So it might take a while to find a spot you're interested that it actually has the 3D buildup, but we're going to go ahead and try this location, and you can play around on your end too. And now I'm going to use my finger to enlarge this just by dragging it across the mouse pad. And then the key here is to press Alt and then also drag in the direction you want your screen to face, so then you can see the actual 3D dimensions. So the main tool that you'll need to use is what is called the keyframe. So this is our space right here, and I'm going to go ahead and get to the position I want, which is this one right here. And then I'll add keyframe, which will just lock that into place. Now I'm going to go ahead and drag it about a quarter of the way through this slide on the screen that covers up the space, and I'm going to select another keyframe after I've positioned it to the place where I want it to stop. So for example, I might want to zoom in a little bit more and then rotate a little bit around it. Now once I'm here, I will add another keyframe like that, and then let's go ahead and see how that looks. Very nice. So we can go ahead and keep on making these little segments and then dragging over to another area where we want it to stop, and then adding another keyframe, and then you can see that it added that section on. And then of course it's a little fuzzy right now because it is a high functioning program, but once you hit render at the top, it will smoothen all that out, and then you can put those pieces together. Next, I went ahead and added another keyframe at the very end, which kind of went over and then circled around to look back at the Eiffel Tower. So this is our full frame for this section. And you can go back, and if you notice, because this keyframe is longer in distance, it's going to go a lot slower compared to these quicker keyframes right here that move a lot quicker. And you can play with that and make it slower, faster. So now there we go, we've created our first little slide. And one thing I wanted to mention that I didn't understand for a long time was each of these different pieces you have to import into a separate video making app or desktop application to put them together. You cannot just hit enter and then have another slide pop up and then put them together on Google Studios. I tried this for a long time thinking of course there's a way, but to my knowledge there isn't. So you'll have to use a secondary application to put them all together. And these are the basics of using this program. You could probably find a lot of other tutorials, probably a lot better ones than this online as well. However, I wanted to add to this that this is a great tool for using integrated with multimedia purposes. And by that I mean, if I were to just show you different slides of different places, it really wouldn't be that compelling. However, if I were to incorporate multimedia aspects into this project, such as text, audio overlay, maybe some music and some voice attributes and transitions, it's completely different and it reaches your audience in a much more engaging and compelling way and shares your story with them a lot better. For example, especially in the industry of advertising and marketing, take a look at this.
We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not despairing, persecuted, but not forsaken, struck down, but not destroyed. always carrying about in the body the dying of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus also may be manifested in our body.
Thanks so much for watching this short tutorial. I hope it left you with a better idea of how to use Google Studios to promote your products, your brand, and engage with your audience better to tell stories through multimedia purposes.